Welcome to this mobility-focused yoga class. We'll mostly be near the ground today, doing a lot just to awaken the joints and prepare the body for our day. So join me when you're ready on your mat, preferably long ways today. And I'll do some mirroring as needed. So lie down. Let yourself ground. Heavy the body. You let the breath flow. During practice, let the breath guide the way. If it becomes stilted or staggered, you know that perhaps it's time to back off, modify a pose. If it's long and strong, you know you're in the right place. Inhale as you splay the fingers and toes. And exhale to squeeze them in. Make fists with the hands, squeeze the toes in. Inhale, splay. And exhale, squeeze. You like this? Finish one more round as you inhale, splay. And exhale, just soften. Heavy the back of the skull, the shoulders melt into the earth here. Make some circles with the ankles and the wrists. Reverse direction. And then from here, a long body stretch. Bring those arms overhead, toes together. Reach long here. Maybe wiggle the fingers and toes. Some sound escape as you circle those arms. Background, and press the palms together at your heart center at the sternum. I greet you here, and namaste. Clasp the backs of the thighs with the hands. You can also take the shins. There's a little more pressure on the knees. And rock side to side. Make circles with the knees in one direction. And reverse. Massage the lower back. Then pause the legs, and then bring the knees apart to the outside edges of the room, and then bring them in toward one another. And you can assist here with the arms. You could also engage the core more, soften the arms down. Reverse directions. And lengthen those legs up to the sky and bring them up into a V. And then plant the feet nice and wide. The arms extend from the shoulder along on the mat as you allow them to drape one way and then the other, and these windshield washers. The head might loll in the opposite direction. You could even flip one palm up, one palm down. Perhaps the hand you look to is the palm that turns up and the opposite one down, and feel this ripple, perhaps even all the way down the arm, this sense of release here through the shoulder, even down into the hand. Really lingering in places here too. And the next time the legs come toward me, roll onto that side. Bend the knees at 90 degrees. And the arms can come out directly from the shoulder as we lay the head down. If it's too much for the neck, you might choose to roll your mat or have a little pillow here as a support. If there's issues with the shoulder mobility, you might take the top hand and clasp the shoulder and just make some circles of any size. Or that top arm is long, those fingers might trail along the floor above you, above your head, into a big circle and behind the body and over the hip and back to start. And just let the hand naturally do what it does. So it opens when you come behind back behind the body and turns down as you come forward. If you like this. Again, that hand may not be on the earth. Your arm acts like a clock hand. And reverse, drape that top hand over the hip, behind the body, overhead, and back to start. Repeat. Let the head just move with the arm as needed. Finish around one more. And then come back to start and take that bottom arm and cradle the head with it. Let the head come back to the earth. And from here, make some circles with that top hip. And reverse. And lengthen that leg long. Take it out in front of you. Bend the knee and send the leg back behind you in space, like a bicycle. Those hips stacked. Last one in this direction. And pull that knee in toward your torso. Extend the leg as you flex the foot. Send it back in space. Again, pull it in, extend, sweep it back. One more like this. Reach that leg back. Allow, perhaps the toes will come down as you reach the arms long, bottom leg extends, and allow that lower waist to lift off the earth. And you might need to, this is for the psoas, to shift that top leg forward and back till you find some release down kind of in the front sideline here, front of the body, but also maybe toward the side. Mm-hmm. And then take that top hand, bend legs, press yourself up and side bend over to your left and your right. One more time to your left. And then when you come to the right next, set that forearm on the earth. That bottom knee can remain bent as you lengthen up the top leg. Lift through the hips as the top arm sweeps. Lower the hips as the arm circles down. Press through that bottom arm. Lift and lower. One more time, left. And if it's for you, that top elbow and knee can come to meet, flex, and extend. Again. Two more. Last one, really hug them in, contract the muscles, and then lengthen out. Break at the hips. Bring those legs back into that stag position and side bend over to your left and your right. From this position, stay and allow the forearms to come down to the earth, and allow then your body to turn so your belly faces the mat. From here, extend through the heart, and then pull in or contract through the core as you lift the belly off the earth and the thighs. Lower back down. And draw that belly button in as you lift. You like this? A few more. Last one. Lift and lower back onto the forearms. If it's for you, perhaps you even come a little higher. Press into those tops of the feet to activate the entirety of the legs. Point those toes. And then lower back down. Slide those hands in to press yourself back almost into child's pose. I like to tuck the toes. And then wave through the spine and come forward. Broaden across the clavicles. Again, pull back. And wave forward. One more, pull back. And then roll up onto the shins. Arms reach overhead once. And bring them back to heart center. And send that back foot forward. And come into a low lunge. And then step forward to the front of your mat. Hands to shins, half foot lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Not even coming up all the way. Back into your plank. Lower all the way down onto the belly. Lift the heart. Come into Sphinx or low cobra. And come right back down onto the belly. Bend the knees. Sway the shin side to side. And then crisscross the ankles. And plant those shins right back on the earth. Press this time almost into a child's pose. And then come onto your seat to face me. This time, those legs will switch over so the knees face the left side of the mat. And then lower yourself all the way down onto the opposite side. Arms can extend from the shoulder here. Or as we did last time, that top hand can come to cup the shoulder and make circles. If arm extended, slide those fingertips perhaps along the earth and behind the body. Over the hip and back to start. Around one more in this direction. And reverse. Allow that hand to drape over the hip, coming behind the body. Overhead and back to start. Around two more, depending on your pace. This is your class. Finish your last round. And allow that bottom hand to come underneath the head and make circles with the top hip. And reverse. Lengthen that leg out, inhale, flex the foot. Send the leg forward, bend the knee, press that heel back. Again, forward with the leg extended, bend the knee, and press the leg back. Use the top hand to stabilize here. Last one. Switch directions, hug that knee in. Press the leg long, or extend the leg long, and set the leg in behind. Bend the knee, hug the knee toward the chest, extend the leg, and send it behind the body. Last one here. Send that leg back. Perhaps the toes come down. Reach everything long again. Lift bottom waist. And soften as you bend those knees and come onto that bottom forearm to lift yourself up into stag and side bend to your right and your left. It might just be the hand that comes down on the bottom arm or perhaps the forearm. You like this. Next time you come to your left, stay on that forearm, extend top leg again. Bottom leg can remain bent as you lift those hips and circle the arm around as the hips lower again. Two more. Last one, lift into the side plank and bend elbow to knee, knee to elbow. Or you could always stay still, extend and bend. To the bottom side working, the top side also working. Slightly different way. Two more. Last one, contract and extend. And break at the hips. And again, stag those legs so you can side bend over to your right and your left. And the arms can come down here. And then we can slide long onto the belly again and lower ourselves down. Press into those hands and come onto the shins. Hands come underneath the shoulders as we round the spine. And extend through the heart. So if you like this. Lots and lots of mobility today. A lot of the precursors to yoga classes. Prepare the body for practice. Just an extended version today. Reach to the heart. And roll up onto the shins. That back leg comes forward. And from here, arms reach up. That right arm in your case will come back. Reach to the left arm. And then frame the front foot, step forward to what is now the front of your mat. Hands to shins, half a lift, inhale. And exhale to fold. And bend your knees and sink into chair. Arms could either sweep up by the sides of the ears or perhaps you take them to heart center. You can even press into the thighs with the hands to protect the lower back here. If the arms are extended, there's more core involvement here. And then lift up to stand. Step back with that right foot and then open up toward me. Arms may reach as you bend those legs and then bring the arms into cactus. From here, hands come in front of you, kind of as if they're holding a Tai Chi ball. You can begin to rock, to slide side to side. Your left and your right. Next time you come to your left, stay and slide that furthest leg in. And then cross it over. Your left arm will come underneath your right as you come into a eagle pose here. Really curl in. And then see if you can lengthen the spine and come out a little. And then curl. A few like this. Two more. The bottom toe, or the toe could be on the ground as well. Last one, extend and then come out into star. So arm and left arms and that right leg come out to the side and then step it wide and sweep again side to side. Last time to your left. As you slide right, bring that far leg in, cross it over top. Your right arm will weave underneath. Again, you could always just take shoulders too, or take the full bind. From here, reach, extend through the heart and round. Losing my balance. Quite a challenge here for our balance. Two more. Last one. Curl. And then extend and lengthen arms and that left leg. And then step it out wide. And sweep. Next time you sweep left, stay there. And that left forearm can come to the thigh as you extend the right arm overhead. To side angle and press that bottom forearm into the leg, and the leg isometrically presses back here so that the side body hug that quad on that extended leg to the bone. And from here, lengthen that lead leg. Perhaps you come into a triangle here, send the hips back in space, long spine. Hug the thighs. And then return to your side angle. And then sweep so that your right arm drops, left arm reaches into exalted. And then return to the side angle. One more time, sweep up into exalted. And into your side angle to return to the triangle. And then bend that left knee. Hands come to frame the front foot as you step back into a plank. Come forward slightly with the body. And if you wish, take a chaturanga here. You can always have the knees down. Come into your version of Sphinx, Cobra, or upward facing dog. And exhale, hips up and back, down dog. That left leg, that back leg rises. And pull it through to meet the hands. And this time we're going to turn the toes toward that long edge of the mat, so toward me, and sweep side to side, but with the hands on the earth. One more time to your right, and then turn those toes, those right toes, out to the side, and bring that same forearm to the thigh. So just came at it from a different angle here. Into our side angle. From here, extend that right leg long. Mirroring here, getting used to mirroring into your triangle. And bend that lead leg as you sweep that same arm up, and that left arm will drop back. And then come back into your side angle. Again, sweep up into the reverse warrior or exalted warrior. Legs working here, and bring forearm to thigh. Last one. And this time come back into the side angle and lengthen lead leg into that triangle again. One more inhale. And exhale to bend that lead leg as the hands come down to frame the front foot. Step back into your plank. Come into your chaturanga, your version of an up dog. And exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Pedal the feet here. Shake the head, yes. And shake it, no. That right leg will rise, or back leg, pull it through. Into that lunge. And this time, blade the back foot and spiral up into your warrior two. Lengthen the right leg as the arms reach. And bend again. Lengthen. And bend. And when you do this, make sure that knee tracks over the second and third toe. And that your stance is long enough so that the knee doesn't come beyond, hopefully I'm doing it here, beyond the ankle. One more time, reach. And bend. From here, you can stay if you need. You have a block, you can also put it in front of you, or I'm going to use this couch chair and start to pop the back toes off the earth so that that right hand can come down to whatever surface you want and stack the hips open toward me in half moon. Bend that lead knee richly as you plant the back foot down. Sweep that right arm up. Something a little funky here. Take that back arm, sweep it in front of the face. Switch the arms, turns that you face me, both sets of toes, and then turn the opposite way toward the right. So now your right toes face the opposite way. And then flip those palms back down into your warrior two. So your stance is long enough, and then lengthen the lead leg as the arms reach. And bend as arms come down. Feet like this. Last one, reach. Bend, and you could always just stay in the warrior two or start to walk those back toes in, pop them off the earth. They could stay down too like this. Could be your half moon, or grab a table. Stack the hips open to the side wall. Pull the ribs slightly in or draw them in. One more inhale here. And exhale to lower the back foot. Sweep that left arm up. And then circle it in front of the face as that back arm circles as well. Extend the arms out. Stay in this V position. Toes turned out as you bend through the knees. And lengthen up. So elbows come to ribs or sides of body as you bend. Two more. Last one, bend. Inhale here. And stick out the tongue. As you pour forward and extend the legs long. Shake the head, yes. And no. This is about mobility. See if you can shine your crown of head toward the earth. There can be a bend in the knees here. We don't want them locked. And just allow the top of the head to circle toward facing the earth. So just make a little circle with your crown. Only if it feels safe for the neck. Never do anything that doesn't feel right. And other way. And take those hands. You can bring them to the occiput, so to the back of the skull here, kind of that ridge, if you wish. And open up those elbows and just allow the head to traction to the earth. Let gravity do the work for you. One more inhale. And exhale to bring those hands down. I like to walk my feet in just slightly to come into that low Mala squat. Really press still actively through the feet. And you could just stay here to, again, open up through those hips. Or perhaps you plant the hands of crows in your practice and come onto the toes. Really hug those inner thighs in toward the arms. And the arms press back. Everything's active as you lift perhaps one set of toes and then the other off the earth. Could just visualize also the crow. Really squeeze those index and thumbs toward one another. Press the finger pads down and then come out as you extend those arms. And then lower your hands so that you can sit down again on your sits bones and just windshield washer those legs out. From here, extend those legs long, perhaps the arms sweep overhead as we fold the body forward. Root through the pelvis. You could do this rounded or with a long spine. And roll up through the spine and take your, let's see, I want you to use this side. Take your left leg underneath first and your right leg across. I'm mirroring here. Find your sits bones, reach for the crown and rotate to your right. That back arm can come as a kickstand. We want this to come from the core. So we inhale and exhale to deepen the rotation. It's from the core. I like to inhale and come out a little, especially for mobility, and exhale to deepen. And I just continue with that action. But you could stay still. It's like wringing out all the air. Move the lymph around. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And if you haven't been still, find that stillness with the core and the center. But move the head side to side and wiggle the jaw. Maybe even nod the head. Again, depends on your neck. What's going to work for you? I just love to work with the neck because it regulates or turns on the parasympathetic nervous system. So if you have the availability, it can really be great for anxiety. From here, inhale. And exhale to rotate toward your left, the opposite way. And turn your torso back toward me as that right leg extends that long to the side bend over toward it as you root your pelvis and that left leg, left thigh. Take that left arm or hand, plant it, sweep the hips up if it's available to you, open up the front line. Again, you can cradle the head with the hands, stick out the tongue, and lower that down. Opposite side, so that right leg will tuck underneath, the left leg will come over top. Lengthen the spine. Rotate toward the lead leg, the top leg. You can hug the thigh. You can use the hand as a kickstand, but I really like to inhale to come out and exhale to deepen less activation or use of the arms. So we don't want to force the spine ever. Let it come from the muscles, or from the breath, rather. One more time, come out a little. And deepen. Rest the body still as the head perhaps moves. Side to side. Cycle everything out. Only go to your range of motion. It's going to be different than mine. And look over that back shoulder. More inhale and exhale to open the rotation toward the right. Turn your torso back to center as you extend on a diagonal, that left leg long, arms might reach as you side bend over to the long leg. And that rooting action and that hug of that inner thigh, the extended leg and the foot that's on the inseam of the thigh, never on the knee. And then come up and lay onto your side to come onto your back. Press those feet just one time into a bridge. If you're ready for it, maybe you interlace those hands, or they can just press into the earth as we come into this more open version of the through the chest. Or inhale and exhale to lower the hips. Perhaps you hug those knees in or take a happy baby. That might mean you just bend the knees, grabs back the thighs, shins, outside of the feet, or peace fingers around the big toe. So that's your index, middle, and thumb wrapping around the big toe. You might choose to continue to be in motion and sway. Very relaxed class today. I would consider this fairly gentle. A lot of balance challenge though. And feet come together, perhaps in the air. Inhale. And exhale to curl up one time for a little more core engagement. And then lower the torso and the legs can splay open. And close the knees like a book, heel toe, the feet to the outside edges of the mat. And you've now made a triangle with your knees. So release the pelvic floor, breathe into your lower abdominals. As you inhale, the pelvic floor descends toward the toes. As you exhale, draws in slightly. Stay here or take your variation of Savasana. Maybe you extend your legs long. Maybe there's a bolster underneath your thighs. It being fall, it's a great time for pranayama, breath work. So Nadi Shodhana visualization. Inhale, focus on the right nostril. As you exhale, feel the left nostril. Inhale, left nostril, focus. Exhale, right nostril. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Continue this in your own pace. Might be a lot slower or faster. Perhaps there's a pause at the top and or bottom of each breath. Notice the still point. The next time you inhale through the left nostril, end the breath cycle, and just resume natural, slow, deep breathing. And sense both nostrils together. As the air flows in and out. Allow the inhale and choose the exhale. You're invited to stay here longer in your Savasana. Just let the video play through. Or begin to bring micro movements into the body. That might mean you move fingers and toes. That might mean slide those legs together and take a long body stretch. Lengthen the right side and then the left side. Alternate as if first waking up in the morning. And see if a yawn will come. Nice force one, let it become real. Great again for the nervous system. And when you're ready, roll onto your favorite side. Breathe into the lower back for a moment. And after an exhale, or as you exhale, press yourself up to seated. Any variation that serves your knees and hips. Roll the shoulders. Then lower the head one way and then the other. And this could be a very small movement. Or you can even take the head all the way around if there's no compression in the back of the neck into circles. Reverse any circles or continue to sway the head. And then drop the chin. And look up as you reach up. And bring those hands through to heart center. And feel free to join me in an Om if you wish. Inhale to prepare. And exhale to chant. Om. Perhaps take a little bow. Sat Nam. May we see things truthfully when we leave our mats. Sat Nam meaning truth is thy name. Search for truth. Thank you for practicing with me today.